Let's talk a little bit of Arsenal, shall we? Because we've sat in front of Mikel Arteta on numerous Fridays asking whether or not they're going to sign a striker. And here we are again, asking whether or not they're going to sign a striker. Liverpool, we hear from the papers in the Sun today, have joined the race to sign one of their targets, Viktor Gyökeres. What do you think Arsenal's thinking are here? And are they any closer to getting that striker in?
Yeah, I think it's still been quite quiet on that front just because there have been other priorities this week. Of course, I'm sure we'll talk about Brentford's Norgard soon, but also when you look at, I guess, the internal stuff they've been wanting to do ahead of next season, that's probably taken a front seat. With Gyökeres, I don't think that's moved on as much as it seemed from the reports in Portugal last week. So that's one where I think you're still waiting for, I guess, the dominoes to fall properly, and then everything kind of explodes into action. So yeah, I think with if Liverpool are to get involved, then that would obviously have to shift Arsenal into gear on that one.
What's also really interesting, and you mentioned Norgard there, is they're closing in on that signing effectively to replace Thomas Partey. What are your feelings on that? Because Partey's probably had one of the best years of his career at Arsenal, hasn't he? It's not really a like for like. It's not going to make the fans particularly happy, is it?
No, I've seen a lot of debate on social media over the last 24 hours. A lot of conflicting views. I think for me personally, I think it's just one that you need a competent midfielder in that position. Of course, he's coming in more as a backup, I'd say, than someone who you're expecting to start regularly, because you have Martin Zubimendi coming for Real Sociedad. So for that role, I think you see the Jorginho signing as probably something similar, where he joined at the same age, 31 years old, and played a decent role in midfield for Arsenal. Didn't play loads of games, but was competent and helped when needed. So for that reason, I think it's a fine signing. It's not one that's gonna have fans kind of screaming with joy, but I think if and when injuries kick in, you'd rather have that player there than not have them.